Good morning guys, welcome back to another reading vlog. My name is Paige. Welcome if you are new here. It is a Saturday morning and I am very excited about this reading vlog. I finished a book last night. We get to start this Saturday off with like a fresh, clean slate, clean book. I'm starting this vlog a little bit later in the day. 11:15. I've already done the cleaning stuff that I needed to get done today. So we can go straight in with our book. And today's book is one that I am highly anticipating. I am starting Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I have been wanting to pick up this book for a really long time. I keep hearing people talk about it. I want to know like the hype. I want to know what's going on. This is a YA fantasy, I believe, but like with a romance element, I want to say. And I believe we follow our main character and she ends up making a deal with somebody not good because she's like driven to do it by her broken heart. My understanding of this book is not that great, but I kind of like going into books not knowing too much about them. What I know is that a lot of people think this is really good, so I want to read it. I have these absolutely stunning Fairy Loot editions of these books. I mean, come on. So these arrived yesterday and I was very excited to finish my book last night and know that I could start reading one of my 5-star predictions in this video. I've even picked out an Andana bookmark to read with this, which is absolutely stunning bookmark. I picked this up at Yauk. Good bookmark for what I think is going to be a very good book. Other plans for today are to try and catch up on my reading journal. I am a little bit behind schedule on that, not gonna lie. I knew that I would fall behind schedule though. My aim for my reading journal this year isn't to try and stay like on top of it. It's just to complete it. So I don't mind the fact that I'm behind schedule, but I'm getting so far behind that it's gonna become hard to catch up if I don't make a little bit more of an effort on that soon. I'm just reading so much lately. I've read 14 books already this year. I'm 4 books ahead on my reading goal. Like I can't stop reading. It's making it hard to keep on top of my reading journal. If you guys like reading vlogs, you'd like the sound of this video, then do please feel free to hit that big red subscribe button down below and stay tuned for future content. I upload every single Wednesday and every single Sunday, so there's no shortage of bookish content. And yeah, I think I'm gonna start reading journaling first, because I have a feeling once I pick this book up I won't want to stop reading. Also, it's so like light and like just a nice Saturday, like the sun is shining. I'm actually getting some light into this room for once. It doesn't normally get that much light in here. So I'm gonna do things that make me feel productive and then do the reading bit when the weather inevitably turns grey and horrible and I just want to curl up on the sofa. I think that's probably the smartest way of doing this. Let me go grab my reading journal and get started. Oh my god, okay, I've spent a good couple hours on this. It's now nearly 1 o'clock and I started this at like 11:15 and I'm still not caught up. I read so much in January. I read 10 books that I've only just finished January and I haven't started on February. And I've read 4 books in February, so I'm still like quite a bit behind. But let me show you where we're at with my reading journal. It doesn't have any photos of the covers in yet because I still haven't set up my printer, but that can honestly be done at the end of the year. If I wanted to do it that way I could, and then that way all the it would probably be easier to just do it in one go at the end of the year, to be honest. But let me show you what I've done so far. So I have the main cover, my book's red. I've gone for this like green and grey kind of thing to colour them in. I wasn't sure if I was gonna stick with a colour scheme, but I'm kind of liking it. And it shows my 14 books read so far. My ratings, if anyone's wondering, I've lost the purple for the key, so I need to buy a new purple, which is why 2, 3 and 14 aren't coloured in. But 3 5-stars, not that bad. 1 DNF, which we saw in a recent vlog. My 5-star reads, I've had 3, The Hurricane Wars, Caught Up and The Crown of Gilded Bones. I have read more of my ebooks, I think, than physical books this year, but it's good to keep track. Random Spare Pages that I did by accident. January. And then we're into the books. That we read The Fake Out, The Hurricane Wars, Caught Up, which I put like in stars. What the River Knows, The House of Beating Wings, Make Me, from Blood and Ash, and I have these from Blood and Ash stickers that I got from Yauk. Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, The Wake Up Call, and Wildfire. So I'll start February here, probably tomorrow or next weekend. It's not like the most aesthetic reading journal in the world, but I don't need it to be. Like, I just want to be more creative, and I really want to have a place to look at my reviews and look at how much I actually read in a year, and just as it's more of a creative outlet, to be honest. Like, I could look at my Goodreads if it was just about keeping track of what I'm reading. I really enjoy just sitting and working on it. I find it very relaxing. Hours just kind of fly by. I'm trying to find more creative outlets for myself this year, and I don't need it to look aesthetically pleasing or perfect. I think the fact that I, you know, show it on social media adds a certain pressure, but I'm trying to just ignore it. Like, I am not particularly talented when it comes to being artistic, so it just looks how it looks, but it's a place for me to really think about the books that I'm reading and engage with the material that I'm reading and get to use some stickers and fun colours, and I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. But what I want now is some food, some lunch, and then to start Once Upon a Broken Heart finally. I am 270 pages into this book. I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. It has a real fairy tale feel to it. At times it can feel a little bit surface level because it's kind of told like a fairy tale, but I do believe that was a deliberate choice, and I do think that it really fits into the way this story is told, so I don't mind it. Like, I'm actually really enjoying it. I've read 270 pages essentially in one go. I will be finishing this book today. It is such an easy and cozy read. Like, if you just want some YA coziness that you can fly through on a dreary day, you just want to escape into another world, this is perfect for that. Like, the escapism is really helping me escape today. Like, it's slapping. Our main character is a very, very naive character, and normally naive characters drive me up the wall, but I think this character is actually really likable, and I kind of understand her naivety. I guess maybe she's just naive in that she believes in happily ever afters and fairy tales and love at first sight, and that belief has never been tested. So when she meets someone, she wholeheartedly believes that she's going to like have a happily ever after with them. It's like a fun little take on fairy tales. Like, if you were to take Cinderella and rip her happily ever after out from under her and then follow her as she kind of like what she does next, that's kind of the vibe of this book. I'm actually really, really enjoying it, and I highly recommend. Can see what the hype is around this. I'm very intrigued to see where this series goes. Again, because of the like surface level nature, it does kind of feel like we just move through plot points very quickly, and I can see that getting a little bit old by the third book. Hopefully I feel like I have a little bit more depth to like a specific plot line, but I think it's more just like a feeling. I can see the feeling I have from this book getting old, but for right now I'm really, really enjoying it, and I really recommend it, and I'm gonna sit here and finish it now, and then I don't even know what I'm gonna read next. I didn't really think beyond this book, but I'll catch up with you. Hi guys, it is a Monday morning. I was a terrible vlogger this weekend. I just had a really like off weekend. I was feeling kind of like homesick and not really in a productive mindset, but I did finish Once Upon a Broken Heart. Even with my like homesick vibes and upset vibes, this book was so cute and lovely to just hide inside of. It really, really helped me like get through my mood, and I gave it 4 stars. I couldn't give it 5 stars because I do feel like this is quite a surface level book, and whilst I could argue that that is because A, it is a young adult novel, and B, because it is kind of fairy tale vibes and it feels more like a fairy tale in the way that it's told, and because it's kind of shallow, I think fairy tales themselves read that way. So whilst I can justify it, I just still couldn't really give it 5 stars, but I really, really, really enjoyed this book. It's so cute. I really love that this is basically like a twist on like Cinderella. Like, if you took Cinderella or any of the Disney princesses and you ripped their happily ever after away from them, and then seeing what they would do, that is what this book does, and it's so fun and adorable. I can see why people love this series so much. This was a 5-star prediction, so you know, it's a little bit upsetting that it's a 4-star, but it's also not. Like, 4 stars is still a great time, and I really enjoyed this book this weekend. So I then yesterday had a real craving for this book. I've finally been influenced. I keep seeing it everywhere. I feel like everybody has read this book or owns this book. I saw it so many times that I finally had the craving to read it, and I went out yesterday and I picked up a copy so that I could read it. And that is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and that is what I'm going to be reading today and starting today. This is a fantasy romance, like marriage of convenience trope novel with vampires and werewolves, I think. Yeah, this is a marriage of convenience between vampires and werewolves. It sounds very different from anything Ali Hazelwood's ever done before, which is why I was really hesitant to pick this up or want to read it. But I've been influenced, and this does sound really fun. So I am going to start this now and then update you when I'm like 100 pages in maybe. I'm also thinking of reading A Fragile Enchantment at the same time, just in case I feel like I want a little bit of variety. I might pick up another book, but we'll see. I do also have the continuations of the From Blood and Ash series arriving today. I have book 4 and 5 arriving today, so I might want to pick up book 4 of that series, but I'll just kind of see how I feel in terms of an additional book on top of this. But yeah, I'm gonna go start this now before I run out of time to do so. My horrible orange lighting is back, so it must be the evening and my work day must be over. I have misplaced my copy of Bride, but I only read a little bit of it today, but I'm really enjoying it. My only criticism is I got a little bit confused because you have the prologue and then it seems to jump back in time, and then in the space of like 1 or 2 chapters it catches back up with the prologue, and that is like a stylistic decision I personally wouldn't have made, and I was a little bit confused by that. But generally I'm really enjoying Bride. What I'm about to say I mean as like the highest compliment. It feels like a Wattpad novel but like a good Wattpad novel, like just trashy enough. Nothing about it is that logical, but it's really fun and cheesy and great. When I was a teenager I would solely read Wattpad. Like, I did not buy books, I did not pick up books, I only got my reading from Wattpad, and I read a lot of fan fiction on Wattpad, but I also read like original stories, like when they used to have the werewolves category and the vampire category, and I would just go through those and read those, and that's kind of what this is like making me reminisce about. And I could see myself giving this book a really high rating just because the vibes are bringing me right back to like 14-year-old Paige reading vampire stories on Wattpad. And I'm gonna try and review it properly. Even if I rate it highly based on the fact that I, you know, enjoy it highly, I will still make sure that the review that I give you guys isn't just, oh my god, this is amazing, because it's throwing me back to Wattpad. I'll try to like give a little bit more context. But I have some Amazon parcels that I thought I would open. I know what all of these are, but that was a pretty satisfying one. They've mixed these into a very weird category of orders, but I ordered some heart-shaped ice trays because Jack and I are going to be hosting a engagement party. It's been a while since we got engaged, and we were focused on moving, but we are going to be hosting it, so I got some heart-shaped ice cube trays for that party. And then for some reason in this parcel is A Soul of Ash and Blood, which is From Blood and Ash book 5. I ordered these 2 books together, but they've sent the ice cube trays and the books and the book together, and I'm guessing in the other package will be my other ice cube trays and the other book. It's a strange tactic. Oh, I forgot I ordered this. I've got some lemon essential oil because we have a lot of rugs in this house, because I am a bit of a fiend for rugs. I don't think a room feels that cozy without a rug, and I read online that if you put lemon essential oil with bicarbonate of soda, then you can like use it to help keep your rug smelling nice. So I thought I'd get it, and I like the smell of lemon anyway. So now I have The War of Two Queens by Jennifer Armentrout. This is book 4 in the From Blood and Ash trilogy, and the one that I like needed most. I figured that at this point I was gonna be reading the rest of the series, so I just bit the bullet and ordered the next 2 that I needed. It didn't make sense to keep ordering them one at a time. So I have finally bought this. I am very excited to see where this series goes next. I really enjoyed book 3. Book 3 was my favourite of the series so far, and I feel like a lot of people that I've seen on TikTok said that they were going to DNF the series after book 3, and I'm confused. If anyone didn't like book 3 or DNF the series, then can you tell me why? Just, I'm genuinely curious. I'm not gonna like be weird about it. I even read some like 1-star and 2-star reviews of the book, and I still like didn't agree with those reviews, so I don't know, I don't get it. And then the next thing that I ordered, more ice cube trays, but like the round ones, because I am an adult now with my own money, living in my own place, so I can buy like aesthetic ice molds without anybody telling me that I shouldn't spend my money on that. So I let myself be influenced by TikTok, and I bought the cute ice trays that make the cute little balls that look really nice in iced coffee, like aesthetic videos. So yeah. It's probably my most like adult haul ever, but this was fun. I've been looking forward to these deliveries all day, and I'm really excited that they all came at the same time, because I ordered all of them separately. So honestly, props to Amazon for getting them all here in one delivery. I'm gonna do a little bit more reading of Bride. I know the last time I spoke to you I said that I might pick up another book to tandem read with Bride, but I'm having such a good time with it and the vibes are so immaculate that I just want to read Bride. So I'm going to focus on that for tonight, see where we get to, see how I'm finding it, and then if I feel like I need another book then I might pick one up, but to be honest, I don't think I am going to need another one. I read the majority of Bride last night. I'm just making a coffee in the background, so if that's, you hear the noise of the milk, that's that. I'm on page 366. I'm gonna be able to finish this on my lunch break so easily. I am obsessed with this. I actually think that this is getting very close to The Love Hypothesis for me. It is just so fun, such a nice throwback to like vampires and werewolves, and like it's actually well written. I feel like a lot of the attempts I see to kind of revive vampires these days, I find it really boring or not very engaging or not very well written, either a combination of those, and this isn't that. It has a really interesting world. I don't know how Ali Hazelwood came to put together this world, and she explains how it all works and the political implications of how these 3 species kind of live and exist together. And the marriage of convenience works. There is a very good reason for why both of these characters enter into this marriage of convenience, and it's really fun to see them realize that they're on the same side. Like, they have a good reason for a lot of their relationship development and how they go from this really distrustful kind of dislike of each other based on their species to, okay, we're on the same side, let's like work together, and then kind of a relationship forming from there. It's so fun. I am obsessed with this story. I feel like I'm gonna need more, and it might be one of my favorite books of the year so far. I stayed up late last night reading it. I woke up early, which is a really big thing for me. I am never up early for work, but I woke up early just to read some of this book, and I love it. If you're not reading this, I highly recommend it. If you've liked any of Ali Hazelwood's other books, I think this is great. If you're a fan of like paranormal romances, if you like vampires and werewolves and you've vibed with Ali Hazelwood before, then this is Ali Hazelwood at her best. Like, this is Love Hypothesis but make it supernatural, and I am obsessed. I'm gonna finish it on my lunch break, and then I don't think I will be able to start another book today because it is actually Jack and I's anniversary today. It has been 5 years of us being together today, so we're gonna celebrate that, make a nice night of it, and I don't think I will do any reading. I'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get like a craving to read, I'm not sure. I finished it and I'm obsessed. 5 stars. Oh my god, do I love this book. Thank god I was influenced by Bookstagram and BookTok, and thank god I have a Waterstones close to me, and thank god I walked into Waterstones and saw it on the very first table right at the front of the store, was able to buy it right there and then the minute I had the craving and was influenced, and could start reading it straight away because, oh my god, this just reignited my love of Ellie Hazelwood. After The Love Hypothesis, I just felt like all of her books were becoming too samey, and the last one that I would say I really enjoyed was Love Theoretically, and whilst I did really enjoy that book, it still felt very samey to The Love Hypothesis, and yeah, even though I enjoyed that book, I just felt like I wasn't ever really excited about Ali Hazelwood releases. I didn't have this on my radar. I had no real interest in picking up this book at all because I just haven't really been into Ali Hazelwood, but I'm so happy that people have been talking about this book relentlessly because I feel back on an Ali Hazelwood hype train. That book was so good. I don't know what to do with myself now. I have a book hangover. Nothing is gonna compare. Do I just go on Wattpad or AO3 and find myself some vampire werewolf romances and read those? Honestly, I'm really gonna need paranormal romance to like make a resurgence and come back, please, because it's so fun and cheesy and just a great time. As a genre, paranormal romance, it's a little unhinged, it's a little cheesy, it's definitely not going to be like the best thing in the entire world objectively, but it's just good fun. Paranormal romance is exactly what reading a romance should be. It's slightly cheesy, slightly over the top, very unrealistic, but just a great time with some great characters. I was genuinely laughing out loud at multiple points in this book, and I am not someone who laughs at books very often. And I was cackling at some of the moments in this book. I love them so much. Everybody go and get this book and read this book. I am so happy that I picked this up, and I'm giving this 5 stars. I really did not think I would find a 5-star in this book, but hey ho. So I know that I said like really not that long ago that I wouldn't be starting another book today or probably in this video, but I'm gonna start The Everking by L.J. Andrews. I cannot promise that I will finish this book in this video or all of my thoughts will be in it, but I am at least gonna start it today and see where we get to. I don't think I'll do too much reading after work because I have to edit a vlog to go up tomorrow, but I'm gonna get started on this. I've heard really good things about this series and I'm in the mood for some like intense romantasy at the moment after just reading Bride, so yeah, I'm gonna jump straight into this now. Hi guys, I'm just here to end out this vlog. I had such a good week of reading. I gave Once Upon a Broken Heart 4 stars. I gave Bride 5 stars. I didn't really talk too much about reading The Everking in this vlog because I was kind of happy to finish it off where I was. But since then I have finished The Everking and I also gave that 4 stars. So I read a lot of really good, I guess I can't really say romantasy because I wouldn't say that Once Upon a Broken Heart is romantasy, and I think there's a fine line between romantasy and paranormal romance, but there is a difference in my opinion anyway. So I would say it was just a great week of reading a lot of books that had both fantasy elements and romance elements in them, and I am really happy with how the week turned out and how the reading turned out. I'm really excited to carry this into the next week and read some more really good books. I'm very happy that I read 3 books in a week. I'm honestly gonna smash my Goodreads goal if I keep up this momentum for the whole year. I am anticipating some slumps occurring at some point, but let's just get ahead as much as we can now. If you guys enjoyed this reading vlog and you would like to see more from me, then do please feel free to hit that big red subscribe button down below. Stay tuned for future content. I upload every single Wednesday and every single Sunday, so there is no shortage of bookish content here for you to enjoy. Also, do please feel free to check me out on Instagram/Bookstagram at @PaigeInChapter. I have a lot of fun posting over on there, so do please feel free to check that out. And so yeah, without further ado, I have more books to go and read, so I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, you're enjoying everything you are reading, and there are no reading slumps in your future, and I will see you for my next video. Bye guys.